Hello, everyone, and welcome to part 3 of the Stanley Parable. Let's see, please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. Okay. Please adjust the slider until the dog and the cat are friends. Ah, they're friends, they're buddies. Cats and doggies are friends till the end. Oh, cats and doggy, friends till... Cats and doggies, friends till the end. Please adjust the slider until the number 5 becomes number 9. We are number 9. Okay. Please adjust the slider until you stop adjusting the slider. Okay, seems pointless to me, but okay. Which of the two made-up words below is the most appealing to you? Scrumptious. I like... It sounds better. You know? Please don't adjust the slider. Okay. Sounds easy to me. Do you know what time it is right now? Let's see. Yes. Is the time that it is right now the correct time? Yes. What is time anyway? What is time? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. What is time? Is there anything about yourself that you haven't told me? Probably. Help. No. Will you come back to visit me? Probably. Okay. Now let's begin the game.
This is...
Yeah, we know. Okay, so apparently part 2 wasn't everything we've done here. It turns out there was something that should have been part of the first part.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Let's just do this part.
Missed a memo.
Okay.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Let me get up. Thank you. Good. Now, that's a good game.
Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game
I have to say,
structure
it is a brilliant
and its
move.
examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in?
Oh, there's the window.
I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Am I sick of this gag yet? The first part I said yes, so I should be here for now.
Then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think
you would sing me a song about how I'm manly?
Would I have taken
and
the
quite
same
rather
idea
danly.
and rephrased it superficially
I was not
to fit
very
that
old,
answer?
but it's a cool
Perhaps
story
you
to
never
be told.
would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the
And
issue
something more.
in the first
I forgot the
place.
song already.
Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is Rich. Perhaps you've
Yes,
just
I need to
played
hear
the other
everything.
option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So,
That's exactly
what
what
do you
happened.
think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine
yes
if you
one.
had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if
yes,
the other
I saw both
option
of
is
them.
really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now,
I'm
I've
up all
built up
night
the
to
other
get
options
lucky.
so much
I'm up
that
all
I'm going
night
to
to
stop
get
talking
lucky.
and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Trust me, I don't have the patience to sit here forever. So let's begin the game again. Okay, so now that we've done,
What could it mean?
now that we're done with
Stanley
that,
decided to go
let's
to the
go
meeting room.
to the
Perhaps
new
he had simply missed the
content.
memo.
I hate Mondays. Fun fact, it's a Wednesday now. New content.
New content? What does that mean?
Yes!
New content.
Well, it means we got new things to do. Isn't that obvious? Okay, let's go in. Come on, show me the new content. Ooh, I see a door. And more stuff. Ooh, another door.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
You're welcome.
You may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
I know, I played the demo.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining
No,
of the
you should
game
have
for
waited a
consoles
year.
and home computers.
I mean, it's now 2023,
The
so
Stanley
it would have been
Parable
10
Ultra
years later
Deluxe features
instead of
exciting
9.
new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable,
Ooh,
delighting
more content.
audiences the world over.
I know, I'm excited.
Please
What
step inside and see
kind
what
of stuff
thrilling
will
new
we get?
adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
This sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Me too.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's
Well,
just
yeah,
the
we just
beginning of a
begun.
mesmerizing adventure.
Exactly.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we
I guess so.
be moving somewhere or oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last,
Here
it's
we go.
on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
I love new content, new content, new content. Love new
I
content,
have
new
to say,
content.
initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if them... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
You know, you really should learn to be more patient. Which is ironic and hypocritical coming from me, but still. Oh well, let's see.
All right.
Wow, a
All
jump
right,
circle.
let's see. It's the jump circle.
Wow, amazing.
Is
Okay.
that it? Surely
sure
that's
hope
not
not.
all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to
Yay.
say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just
Why not? Elevators are
and
cool.
jumping. Is this what passes for
Bow,
exciting
ba,
new
ba, ba,
content?
ba,
If this is new
bow,
content,
ba,
and I could
bow,
just read you the
ba,
whole
ba,
dictionary.
ba,
There's 20
bow.
hours of new content right there. Hell,
Ba,
I
da,
could
da,
counter
ba,
30
ba,
trillion.
ba,
You could
ba,
put
da,
that on the
bow,
box. The
ba, da,
Stanley
ba,
Parable
da.
Ultra Deluxe, now with over
Bow,
1,000
ba, ba,
hours
bow,
of new
bow,
content.
bow,
And if...
bow,
Oh, wait.
bow.
There's more. Very good. Yes.
Yes.
I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Thank you for enjoying the new content.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started
know,
on
right?
the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now
Yeah.
at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my
Yeah, I
fault,
know, right?
Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it's okay.
It could
At least
never
we
have
got
lived
2
up
parts
such
to enjoy.
expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks.
No gimmicks.
Just you and me having a great time together like always.
Yeah,
What do you
finding each
say,
other like
friend?
enemies. And somehow still be friends. Is this what they call frenemies? Why can't we be frenemies? Why can't we be frenemies? Do 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 do. This looks different though. Huh. Oh well.
Psst.
Do,
Stanley, come over here.
What?
In the vent. I want to show you
What?
something.
Oh, okay. Do. Coffee mat. Coffee nut. Okay. Do. Now, what is it you want to show me?
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Ooh, pretty. Okay, let's see what it is.
The memory zone. It's where
I remember this phone
my
and this chair.
memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Pretty. Is it me or is it a very tiny house now that I think about it? Huh.
You see, Stanley,
Let's see.
doesn't the memory zone
Don't
remind
forget
you of how
the
wonderful
Stanley
Stanley
Parable.
Parable was before it was sullied
Zone,
with a
sweet
cheap
zone.
re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally
I
launched?
know.
Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
I know, right? I mean, I still remember my reaction to the Raphael trailer. Good times. Oh, and there was also the part in the demo where you called me a sexual predator. Which was kinda awkward, considering I had no idea what it was. Well, I mainly forgot what it meant, and just stupidly agreed with it, even though it wasn't the case. But oh well, a trip down memory lane. Ooh, hey, TV. Ooh, this is the demo I was talking about. Good times. Go outside, don't play for 5 years. Unachievable. It is impossible. It is impossible to get this achievement. Okay. New video game releasing today. Created surprisingly down to earth. Rutgers goes from scandal to new crisis. I don't know who Rutgers is. Okay, college show uneven effort to enroll poor. Cost hinder new tech to achieve diversity. Business leaders pushing election of console allies. Ooh, 50% off designer's hat. Nah, I like my hat. Hey! It's a Confusion ending. Which was rather creepy now that I think about it. In loving memory, little Stanley. Ah, that's cute. Too bad he's dead though. You know, I really remember all the parts. The reactions to the trailers I made. The serious table room. The baby ending. Even though I downloaded that video because no way in hell I'm going to spend 4 hours playing that. Yes, and the demo. Good times. Oh, and not to forget the first part of the Let's Play videos. Yeah, the good times. Yay!
And show you how we make a demonstration
Tour
for a
time,
game like
tour
this.
time. I wanna go on tour time.
Laura,
Eight.
we need to get you out of here before you start
Eight.
forming impressions of the Stanley Parable.
Late.
Whatever the hell this 8 game is.
And yes, I am honestly pausing the video to read this entire list. Do we have a problem, sir? Why? Because it's fun. I want to know the full story of what you're trying to tell me.
End of the video, just to piss him off a bit.
Okay.
Stanley.
Stanley. Stanley. Stanley.
But now we're in the room,
Are you my teacher?
which is why I'm subjecting you to the most serious punishment
Come
I
on,
can
dude.
think of. 100 billion trillion years standing here in the serious room. Perhaps after that, we can talk about the severity of your actions and whether you've learned anything. But until then, serious room, go. Outside, you've only gotten half the experience. Please, step
Is
inside
that the
and
house?
make yourself comfortable.
It's look more like a, a penis. Wait, what?
Stanley simply couldn't
Again?
handle the pressure.
Oh, come on!
What if a crucial outcome fell under he had never been told? No, wait. No, I need more time to process.
How much time do you need? This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley was pushing buttons 24 hours a day. But one day, he got bored. Because who would spend the entire day just pushing buttons? So as Stanley got bored, he went away.
This is it, Stanley.
Wow!
I did it. Video games are
So
art.
glad I'm not playing this.
But you haven't got 2 hours or
Save
so
the
to
baby,
go, so
save the
I'll just let
puppy.
you get to that. No time to waste when there is such a meaningful game to be played.
I know, right?
Bonne chance, mon ami.
I don't speak French.
So from
Wow.
someone else's
And
command,
all I had to do was obey
freedom
you.
is mere
Wait,
moments
what?
away. And
Then
yet,
again, that's pretty much how
even
my
as
life
the
goes,
immense door
so...
slowly opened,
Okay.
Stanley
Good times, good times, good times. Also, is that a llama kissing a baby pig? Huh, weird. Ooh, a piano. Do-do-do.
is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and
Ooh, sounds good.
all-encompassing the original Stanley
Granddad?
Parable was. It was
Sorry.
literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now...
I didn't
it's
play
nothing.
them.
It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless
I know,
husk
such
of
trash.
an hour of new elevator content.
Oh well, at least the memory zone is fun. Right? Let's see. Don't read any reviews, except this one. How do you review a game like the Stanley Parable? To describe any one part of it is to risk its ruination. To detail what it has to say about game design, the illusion of choice, and the psychology of the gamer is to tell you too much. Comparisons, too, are going to be woefully inadequate. Perhaps its closest cousin would be Dear Esther. Didn't play that game. But where Dear Esther wastes the form of interactive entertainment, Stanley Parable uses and then subverts it. Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created. Oh, so this is what you were talking about. Okay. Even so, holding the game to the standards of any other title is simply not going to be correct. So how do you review what has become known as the Stanley Parable HD, the full-scale reimagining of one of the most intriguing mods available online? How do you discuss it, analyze it, and recommend it? That's quite simple. You don't. 10 out of 10. Flawless victory. Games rated 10 aren't perfect, since nothing is, but they come as close as you could get in a given genre. The new must-have game in its sector, we're talking pure ecstasy. Check out more reviews or the Destructoid score guide. Okay, that's legit. Do-do-do, oh hey, what's this? Memory zone maintenance. Okay. Do-do-do. Hey, I remember reacting to this video game ending. It was better than what we have now. I kinda have to admit that. Let's see, the mind control facility. Good times. No idea what that is. I don't think I've been there. Ooh, and the boss's office and the 2 doors. The Minecraft level. I still haven't played Minecraft. Probably never will either. It looked boring. Let's begin again. Good times. Ooh, the startup screen. And the 2 doors again. Nice buttons. Person of the Year. Mariella and Stanley. Good times. The original remake. Nice car. Is that from a trailer? Let's see. The Stanley Parable Collector's Edition. If only I knew about its existence before. Seriously. Looks awesome. Oh well. Hey, this is from the demo. Good times, good times. The narrator was a lot more friendly too, now that I think about it. The end is never the end.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley
People play
Parable
games
is
because
both
of
a
what they can
richly
do inside.
stimulating commentary on the nature of
Your
choice
game
in
is very good at
games,
letting
and
them
one that
know they can
offers
do
some of the
anything.
most
Literally
enjoyable,
anything.
surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
I have always been someone who wants to go the wrong way first in games. When I sense that a game is trying to usher me down a particular path, to get me to run from left to right, or maybe to charge straight ahead, I need to satisfy my instinct to go against the grain, to explore, to see what the designers have put back the other way. Sometimes I find a 1-up or a collectible stashed away to reward me for my interpret behavior. At other times, my explorations are rewarded only by the crushing disappointment of running up against an invisible wall. Whatever I find or don't find, my actions is a manifestation of my desire to exert some independence, to make my own choices within a system that severely limits my options and encourages certain specific behaviors. The Stanley Parable feels alive in its responsiveness to your choices and its desire to subvert your expectations and keep you on your toes. I think of the Stanley Parable as a sort of video game analog for Charlie Kaufman and Spike Jonze's brilliant film adaptation. I've never seen it, which gently mocked the ways in which so many films manipulate audiences with formulaic plot twists and situations in which characters learn huge life lessons, while simultaneously moving me with its formulaic plot twists and situations in which characters learn huge life lessons. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choices in games and in other systems too, like our workplaces and our families, and a game that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. Going the wrong way has never felt so right. Also, I really need to learn how to read faster, or at least speak faster, without stuttering or mispronouncing stuff. Oh well. Ooh, it's the bike from the Raphael trailer. Raphael was a dick. It's the serious room! Take me to the serious room! It was so much fun there. Pissing off the narrator, forcing me to stuck there for all my life. And now I'm here in the memory zone.
These were simpler times, Stanley.
I
I
agree.
wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait,
I know, right?
I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's
Maybe
this?
it's new.
What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in
I know.
years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were
They're
good
probably
as well,
good.
weren't they?
Maybe. You could read them.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny!
The individual
Trying to be
paths
funny.
themselves are also
I'm
not
trying to
very
make
fun.
a serious work of art.
Huh.
I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Yeah, I kinda disagree with that review. You are actually kinda funny. Especially fun to piss off. Then again, you pissed me off first, so sweet revenge, I guess. I think it's that frenemies I was talking about before. Do, 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 do. Okay, this one open.
Okay,
Not
let's see
recommended.
what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who
It becomes
prefers
very
non-linear
repetitive and
games,
boring.
this preachiness gets annoying
First,
fast.
despite
Preachy?
all the alternative
Stanley,
endings
I'm
and
not
game
preachy,
cameos.
am I? You can tell
Well,
me if
you
I'm
can be
preachy.
kinda
Honestly,
preachy.
you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
I have a good time. Maybe that's not saying a lot. Oh, look, there's another positive comment. Why can't we read that one? Oh, seriously. Maybe it would cheer you up or something. Huh. Where am I supposed to go now? Oh, here.
What's this one got to say?
Oh, it's Cookie 9.
You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means
I
we
don't
can
know.
strike these negative reviews from the record.
It doesn't sound
Only
like a good
positive
idea.
Reviews of the Stanley Parable.
And trust me,
That's my motto
I'm the
today,
king of
and
bad
it's
ideas.
always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Do I have to go in? I feel like it isn't a good idea. Okay then.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable
I really
monologue,
don't think this
and it
is a
goes
good
something
idea.
like this. The story and the choices
And
are
the
what
choices
have you,
are what
and
have
therefore
you,
by
and
becoming
therefore
it is,
by
so on and so
this.
forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once. So now you see, blah blah
I
blah blah
really
blah,
don't
blah,
think
blah,
it's a
blah,
good
blah,
idea.
blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No, until 245. But the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say, the story and the choices.
Okay,
all
okay, fine.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary
You sure?
verbal
Because you kept
flourishes
repeating.
and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look,
I want to get
I'll
out.
outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay.
Get me
so my
out.
theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say,
Yeah.
if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your great gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite?
I don't
You see,
know.
It could in fact be both of these things at once. That you are both
I mean,
making choices
I would be a
and
different
not making
person
choices,
after I
and that
made
they are
different
both
choices
affecting you and not affecting you at
life
the
and
same
stuff,
time by
but-
virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them. Okay, at first, I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I'm going to circle around and slap the treatise.
Yeah, Skip. I'm getting
Well, there,
confused.
sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to
Yeah,
go
let
off
me
on a
out.
thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say.
Let me get out. Let me out.
Or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps
To be
that
fair,
would have
I'm
been
not
the smart
reviewing a
thing
lot
to check
either.
on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to
Gee, you
admit
think?
that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement
I
a new
think his name
feature
was Gabe
to make it
Newell.
possible to edit one's review
Or Gabe
merely because of this very situation. Yes, I think
something.
that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review, so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with Steam altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial. Something along the lines of, this game is the best game.
Ever.
Let me start over. How about this? From the
You
ashes
could
of
bribe him with
depravity
money.
rises the phoenix
Yeah,
of
bye.
purity. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the
And
button
the door
has
is
been
gone.
skipping through is
Well,
becoming
thank you,
longer and
asshole.
longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate,
I know.
do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the
Then
skip
what do
button
you
has been
suggest,
amply
genius?
demonstrated, and we can say goodbye
I'm
to
stuck
it
here, and
and
it's
get
because
away.
of you.
How do we get out of here? Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room? I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door.
You know what? Screw you.
Stanley! Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've
You
just been
made me
frozen
stuck
there.
here.
I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really...
And I will skip myself out of this.
You're back. You're back. Oh my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2
Yeah, well,
weeks.
deal with it. Screw you.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have
Yes,
had time
well,
to think
thank
about
you.
and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had...
Yeah, bye. Ah, what's that annoying noise? Oh, I guess the fire alarm battery has gone off. Or died down.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes?
Really?
Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they
I thought the
gnashed
point
their
was-
teeth and said,
was to piss me off.
"Entertain us." The end is never the end.
Never the end, is 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 never the end, never the end, is never the end, is never the end. This truly will never end, will it? Stupid freaking narrator and his stupid insecurities. Ugh. He should have gone to a freaking therapist or something. Or psychologist. Or whatever. Always pushing me in this mess. I mean, seriously, all I want to be is entertained. Ooh, pretty. Too bad I'm stuck here. Oh well. Are they having a race upstairs? Or it at least sounds like a city. Huh. I wonder what's happening now. Oh boy, that doesn't sound good. Maybe I should be happy, being stuck here and stuff? 'Cause that sound is awfully, creepy. Yeah, I'm gone. Bye. Oh, thank God, I can finally get out. Okay. Well, it sure looks different now. Lot of sand. Yep, lots of sand. No water, no people, no buildings. Just sand. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Narrator. I'm so glad you made me stuck there. Oh well, maybe somewhere out there there's still a civilization. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Oh, we're done. Thank you. Well, that sure
All of his
sucked.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
don't
decided
know.
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Eh? New content? Huh.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have
Well,
something
it was
very
hard to miss.
exciting to show you.
Okay. You better not lock me up this time. I hate being stuck.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley and about how roundly disappointing this Ultra Deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this
Okay.
Ultra Deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Ooh, a sequel! Awesome! Okay.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely
The
new
end
experience,
is never the end
built from the
again.
ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Okay. Sounds good.
Calling it the
Investor
Stanley
Showcase.
Parable 2 is just so much catchier
This
than
the
Ultra
sequel,
Deluxe, don't you
motherfucker.
think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley
Trois,
Parable
two,
2, now
twee.
that's an artistic statement
Two
right
X.
there. It's future-oriented.
I can read that.
It screams
Twee.
progress and innovation and
Zwei,
long-term
zwei,
franchising potential.
Du, dos, tuvo. The Stanley Parable 2. The Stanley Parable 2. See all photos at 2. It looks pretty. Never underestimate coffee enjoyer who left their cup by a leather sofa that faces a blurry room. Time to wake up. New mug. Awesome. I guess. New content is out. New content part 2 is in. Old plus busted. New hotness. Okay. They're back. 2 doors. The Stanley Parable 2. Well, yeah, they were 2. More the Stanley Parable. Better the Stanley Parable. Win. Sequel mid-share. Paradigm shift. Synergy. Brick and mortar approach. Envelop client-centric marketing. The color red. Leverage. Holistic value. 1, 2. The Stanley Parable 2. The Stanley Parable 2 with the fern. I guess it would become relevant later. Then again, it's just a picture of that same fern I've seen before. But oh well. The Stanley Parable 2. Yeah, the first one is good. The Stanley Parable 2.
Now, to be
Stanley
clear,
Parable 2.
I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it.
The end is never the end
if
again.
I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself
Yeah,
out.
I guess.
Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical.
This
really.
way to the show floor. New features. New content. Ooh, I want to go to the new content bus. Oh well. The Stanley Parable 2.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Okay. Ooh, new feature. The Stanley Parable 2 reassurance bucket. Dude.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting.
Okay.
You may even
So,
come to long for the
how is a
gentle
bucket
embrace
going to
of
fix all
jarring
this?
cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms.
I mean,
And
it's
to be
just a
honest,
bucket.
It's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the
Okay.
ass that would be? Yes, the bucket
True.
is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Okay. I have a bucket now.
Can you
Okay.
feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact,
Yes.
can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that
Well,
just
I have
holding
always
it
been
has made you
sexy,
the
but
slightest bit more
I
attractive as a
actually do
person.
feel myself more
The
attractive.
benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh yeah, it's my bucket. Bucket. Yes, I really, really like my bucket. Bucket.
Does anyone
The
give out
button
awards
that
for
says the name
most
of the
enjoyable
player that's
bucket in a
playing the
video
game?
game? That really
Ooh,
should
merch.
be an award if it isn't already.
What's that QR code? Let me take a look. Okay, let's see. Oh! It leads me to a video. Okay. Let's react on that one, I guess. The Stanley Parable sequels and you.
Say there, Timmy. What's that you're enjoying?
Hi, Timmy.
Why? It's breakfast, of course. Everyone loves breakfast.
Breakfast is
But
awesome.
did you know that breakfast is getting a sequel?
Huh?
That's right.
Really?
It's called Lunch. And critics are raving that
Whoa.
it's everything breakfast was and more.
Wow.
With a little luck,
I
they
love
may get
lunch.
a trilogy series out of it. Say, you know about sequels, don't you, Timmy? Why? Sequels
Yes,
are
it's
the
awesome.
world's way of clinging helplessly to the past. We all want more of the things
Really?
we love, and we're all afraid of change, which is what makes sequels so popular.
True.
New ideas are dangerous, Timmy, and they can lead to early
True.
aging. This eager-minded young thinker is just 29 years old. That's why we have sequels, to keep us couched in the familiar and the comfortable. Sequels are the bedrock
Whoa.
of a healthy, functional society. And if you look around you, you'll
I
find
never
them
knew
everywhere
sequels
you
were
go.
so important.
For instance, this man is developing a sequel to the automobile, which we'll call the vertical automobile. It's a useless, impractical invention, and in 2 days' time, the man will be publicly stoned to death for his
If
crimes
only we could
against
fly like
gravity.
that.
Not all sequels are heretical nonsense, however. Here's the man who invented breathing,
Really?
which is the sequel to suffocating and dying a slow death. Even your parents are
True.
getting a sequel, Timmy. Their names are Rob
Oh?
and Jessica, and they'll be taking care of you once your original parents are sent back in time to fight a secret war for the government. Sequels
I'm getting
can be
new
very
parents?
fashionable. This
Oh,
young woman
thank
is
you.
wearing 5 shirts at once, which is the sequel to wearing 4 shirts
5
at
shirts
once.
at once?
Look at Becky over there, wearing only 2 shirts at once. Get with the times,
I know,
Becky.
Becky's
In
stupid.
fact, there is
You
only
need
one
at least
single
6,
thing in the world
or
that
maybe
isn't
10.
a sequel. It's this. We don't
Oh?
know what it is or why it exists, but it's the prequel.
Maybe
from
it's for
which
animation?
All sequels are derived. And just like everything else, the
Okay.
Stanley Parable is getting a sequel too. We all know, of course,
Finally.
that it was your favorite game as a child. Don't you remember those
True.
long, lazy afternoons
Even
you
though
spent
I
playing the Stanley
played it
Parable,
almost a year
watching
ago,
your
but
precious
still.
youth fritter away hour after hour? We've all wasted our childhoods in one way or another, and you were fortunate
True.
enough to get to waste yours on the Stanley Parable. But the Stanley Parable came out years ago, and you're not a child anymore. You're a man. which is
Sadly,
like
I'm
the
not.
sequel to a child. And as a man, you want manly
True.
things like taxes and cheating at baseball. You need a man's
Yes.
video game, Timmy.
Those are
And that's
exactly
why
what
the
I
Stanley
need.
Parable 2
And
will
one.
be perfect for you. It's as manly as
Ooh.
video games can get. And if you don't believe me,
Oh, yeah.
let's look at the burly hunk of a man who's responsible for the game. Huh, here
Okay.
he is, hard at work. His name is Gregory 8-Pack, and he's the cutting
Hello,
picture
Gregory
of raw,
8-Pack.
virile masculinity. Gregory is what we call
Ooh,
the
give it to me.
ideas guy, and he has the most important role on the team. The ideas guy
What's your
tirelessly
idea?
comes up with interesting concepts and then hands them off to the rest of the developers for the relatively simple job of turning those concepts into reality. For example, he's the
Awesome.
one who picked up the phone and declared, "Someone ought to make a sequel to the Stanley Parable." Good work,
I
Gregory.
love that
Go
guy
ahead
already.
and take the rest of the day
You're
off.
awesome.
With the hard part out of the way, work on the game can now begin. The game's developers must answer a simple question. What makes a sequel in the first place? Well, it's simple. Sequels
That's a good
are
question.
an opportunity to correct the mistakes of their predecessors. We've all made mistakes, and we've all caused harm to someone we love in order to cover up our mistakes. When developing this particular sequel, it's important to start by thinking, what mistakes did the original Stanley Parable make? Well, first off, most of the pornography in the original game was stolen or pirated. And it's time we paid
How
the
dare
licensing fees fair and square.
Wait, there was...
Second, the Stanley
There was
Parable
nudity?
was catastrophic for this
I don't
man
remember
named
that.
Leroy, whose
Or the
personal information,
sexuality.
including home address,
Anyway, damn you,
social
Leroy.
security number, and bank information,
I
were
hate
all
you.
displayed prominently in multiple locations throughout the game.
How dare you
Although
pirate the
Leroy's money and
sexuality in the
identity
game?
were stolen, the
Which
fact
I don't
remains
remember being there
that
in
his
the first
personal
place.
Information was the emotional core of the game, and absolutely vital to
I
a
hate you.
nuanced understanding of the story.
And
As
again, the
reparation
narrator
for the
did call
harm
me
we
a
caused
sexual
him,
predator
the
in a
sequel
demo.
will contain a
So
brief
maybe
and
there was... It was
insincere
supposed to be
apology
there?
that Leroy took
Huh.
deep within the game, where it will be
Anyway,
difficult to
screw you,
find.
Leroy.
Finally,
I hate
the
you.
Stanley Parable made the mistake of leaking too many government secrets about the nature of the Time Wars.
Ooh.
Without these intricate details
That's
of
not
specific
good.
military tactics, the story is likely to make very little sense. But we've decided to remove them from the sequel
Mm-hmm.
in the interest of helping the state's efforts. We'll get to you yet, Time
But we need to
Dracula.
know the power.
Now then, it's time to set about constructing the Stanley Parable 2. Game
Okay.
development is a difficult and complex art, one which can only be
That is
fully
true.
understood by this race of hyper-intelligent child soldiers bred in laboratories. They begin by studying
They're
the
like
original
Superman
Stanley
on
Parable.
crack.
Here it is in its raw, untouched form, a specimen of technological perfection. Time to exploit it for
Oh,
profit.
yeah.
We begin by adding jokes.
Wait, what is it?
The Stanley Parable was most widely known for its stark lack of humor, bucking all conventional
Really?
industry
I find it
wisdom.
kind of funny.
It was a bold artist
Except
statement
for the times
that
you
its
screwed me
developers
over.
stood firmly behind.
But I could
But in
pay you back, so...
2022, it's impossible to reach even
It
a
all
single
balanced
consumer
out.
of video games without jokes of some kind. So very well, jokes it'll be. During its development,
Yippee!
over 500 kiloliters of comedy will be funneled directly into the core of the Stanley Parable 2.
Sweet, more
creating
humor.
jobs for hundreds of machine operators and producing 30,000 tons of pollutant chemical byproduct, which will be pumped
Ooh.
directly into local lakes, rivers, and beautiful nature reserves like these all over the country. Another common complaint
Awesome.
of the Stanley Parable is that there wasn't enough gameplay. And so for the sequel,
True.
its developers have gone to great lengths to fix this problem. Here we can see gameplay being printed onto sheets. Every video game contains
Okay.
as many as 1,000 sheets of gameplay. And several of the largest games ever made contain close to 1,500. On mobile devices, the gameplay sheets have to be printed smaller. For the Stanley Parable 2, as many as 35 new gameplay sheets are being printed.
35
each of
new
which
gameplay
must be
sheets?
delicately massaged
How
by the
big is it
hands of
going
a
to be?
child before being added into the game. This man is stealing gameplay
Huh.
sheets from the factory, which he likely intends to use for
Get
a
him!
personal project he's been developing in his spare time. A good public stoning will cure him of that inclination. Let's check on
Agree.
Gregory real quick. Ha! Still
Hello,
recovering
Gregory.
from a hard day's work. Don't you move a muscle. Next up, it's time to blackmail the press. In a competitive market,
Ooh, my favorite part.
blackmailing your local journalist can be one of the most effective methods of creating word-of-mouth buzz for your sequel. In fact, blackmail
Oh,
is
yeah.
the currency of social progress. From your neighborhood grocer to the teacher at your school to the man who helps you steal HBO, everyone responds to blackmail. And if you've never done it before,
Yes.
it's easy to practice at home on your friends and family. Simply follow the instructional
Okay, so how do I
pamphlet
blackmail?
that your teacher hands out after the end of the film. And finally,
Okay.
there's one last tool at our disposal for making the sequel feel
Wait,
fresh
I don't
and
have a
exciting.
teacher.
And that's packaging the game
Ah.
with collector's edition merchandise. If you order
Ooh,
the Stanley
give it to me.
Parable 2, you'll receive this cow's egg. A single egg will produce
Awesome.
over 1,000 cows, which are, of course, the
Wait, how does
sequel
that work?
pigs. And there you have it.
Wait,
Everything
cows are
there
sequels
is
to
know
pigs?
about producing the Stanley Parable 2. Of course, you may know
The more
that there
I
is
learn,
also a game
the more I
titled
know.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. So which game is the true sequel to the Stanley Parable? It's an excellent question.
Stanley
Bill.
Parable 2,
One
duh.
which the child soldiers have been working round the clock to come up with an answer to. And after many weeks of
And what is
diligent
it?
research, the conclusion they've reached is, who gives a shit? All that matters is that it's more content for you to cram down your insatiable gullet. You don't want thoughtful and
That's a
nuanced
good point.
answers to complex questions, Billy. You just want to eat bubble gum and cheat at hopscotch. So get out there and consume.
Yeah.
Do your civic duty and bully your parents into buying you every version of the Stanley Parable 2 on every platform. Tell your friends to bully their parents as well. It's through community efforts like these that the world comes together in harmony and connection. And it's only through this connection that we'll defeat Time Dracula once and for all.
We will get you, Time Dracula.
Vampires win. Buy the Stanley Parable 2 and pledge to support
I
all
will
sequels
for my country,
for today,
which is
tomorrow,
Andorra,
and
because
into the
I
great
still have no idea what
unknowable
America is.
beyond.
Okay. Rest in peace, Billy. I know you've only been 3 years old. And yet you look older, but... Okay. Anyway, that was the presentation. So, yeah. Back to the game. Which is also a presentation of the Stanley Parable 2. Funny enough. Okay, let's go in
I'll
here.
be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided
Get well
on
someday.
Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday.
12th
Which would
birthday
you go with?
stepniece. Stepniece? I know how a stepmom or a stepdad would work. Like a stepdaughter and a stepson, but... Are stepnieces and stepnephews a thing? I go for Get Well Someday. It makes sense.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you
Okay.
realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, stepniece it is. Or actually, maybe
Okay.
I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Yep. We are moving on. Do. Ooh, 3 new easy achievements. Okay. Get your free achievement. Get yours right now. Pull the lever, receive your new achievements. No more steps. It just works. Get yours right now.
Now, here's something
Okay.
special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple
Okay.
as that.
Yeah, it sounds simple. So, give me the
Okay,
achievement.
perhaps I should have clarified.
Give me
This
the
is
achievement.
technology that will exist.
Give me the
right
achievement.
Now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard,
Seriously?
Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
It better be. Give me the achievement. Give me the achievement. Oh well. Guess I have to wait for the Stanley Parable 2 to come out. Come to think of it, he hasn't given them release date, has he?
What else?
Oh, well.
What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Seriously, the jump circle?
You know what, Stanley?
Oh, well.
I actually think the jump circle was a pretty good idea. I'd like to hang on to that for the sequel.
Yeah, it sucks. Ooh, collectibles. I like collectibles. Do. Can you find them? Can you find them? Oh, okay. It's just a repeat.
Collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable
Oh, yeah.
2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to
That sounds
stifle the
lame.
intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Okay, sounds good. Yay! I got my first collectible. Which looks like an amiibo. Oh well.
God, it really is the worst in a video game, and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
I know, right? Ooh. Okay, where haven't I been yet? Let's see. Oh, the button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Okay. Let's
For
go.
the Stanley Parable 2,
Peter.
I asked myself,
Peter.
what do players really want?
Peter.
And of course,
Peter.
the first and most obvious
Peter.
answer is that they want to
Peter.
be individually recognized
Peter.
and validated as people.
Peter.
So with that
Peter.
in mind, my first addition to the game is
Peter.
this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game.
Ooh,
Isn't
Peter.
that
Peter.
wonderful?
Peter. Peter. Peter.
Sorry, I
What the
should
fuck is
clarify.
Jim?
Right
I'm
now,
Peter.
the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in
Seriously?
the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you roleplay as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature.
Okay,
Just play
do I know
along.
Jim?
I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim, watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Earth War. Na 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 na
You
na.
see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was
War.
you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Jim. Do 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 do. Earth War.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation. Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim.
Earth War.
I'm putting the Jim button away.
No,
Otherwise, soon
no,
they'll
no, no,
start
no.
to lose all sense
No,
of
no,
who
no, no,
you
no.
actually are.
No, 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 no. Ah, stupid Jim button. I never liked that show. Oh well. Earthworm Jim, la 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 la. Earthworm Jim, la 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 la. Do 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 do.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually
Well, screw
save me
you.
the work of finishing this feature.
Oh, come on, there are plenty of guys named Peter. Wasn't one of them a superhero now that I think about it? Actually, two of them were superheroes. Oh well. Do do do. I also remember one being a villain. And of course, I'm the greatest
Stanley,
leader
here's
there
an
is.
idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall
That sounds
until
like
the
fun.
end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Ooh. Well, let's do it. Whee!
Wonderful. One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then,
Oh, yeah.
since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
No, thank you. I'm having the time of my life here.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Why? Are you tricking me again? Like with that walkable wall that you came up with in the
Okay,
demo?
Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole.
Ah,
Is
of
it a very,
course.
very deep hole? To be certain, it
I
is.
don't know what I
It's an
expected.
extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well,
Okay.
good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found
Good
me out,
job.
Stanley.
I did
I'm
it.
a liar and a cheat, and
Good
you're
job.
so clever.
I made it to the
I think
bottom
the
of the
issue here is just that
infinity
you're
bottom
unusually
hole.
fascinated by falling. What
It
normal person
it
actually
is
wants
a
to
scam.
fall infinitely?
Made by the
I figured
narrator.
hole was
Made
as
by the
deep as anyone would
narrator.
actually need. Don't you put this
Oh
on
my
me.
gosh,
Maybe
okay.
you're the problem.
No, you're the problem. You lied to me.
Things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why
No,
don't we
it
just
was mainly
put
you.
all this behind us and agree to just call the whole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be
You
up
know, you
here
can
when you're
just
ready.
call it the very long hole. But oh well.
Great. Now,
Let's go
I'm
back.
very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
Nah,
Oh,
I'm going
forever.
again.
I
Whee!
The problem is you. The problem
But
is
it's
that
fun.
you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal
Holes are
person
great.
would have said, "Yep, that's
The more
an
holes,
infinite
the better,
hole
I
that
say.
goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but
Oh,
not
yeah.
you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of...
Whee! Boink.
Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but
Now
feel
that you
like
mention
you
it.
spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't
Yeah.
make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had
Okay.
enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about, and I've had enough of the hole for a lifetime.
Okay. Whee!
Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing...
Whee!
Wow.
Hey!
Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect
That's
that
weird.
I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the
Evening
hole
at 2 p.m.
infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability
Evening
and
at 2
marketing.
p.m.
What's going on here? Stanley,
I
have
don't
no
know.
explanation for the uncertain
You
nature
made
of
this
the
whole
hole's
thing.
length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there
Okay.
it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not
Yep.
infinite, but it's barely even
That's
a
pretty
hole
good
at
for
this
lying,
point.
buddy.
It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot.
Mm-hmm.
How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Okay, I'm done. I said I'm done.
Is the, teleport button not working?
No.
You sure? Well, I mean,
Yes.
I really don't have an explanation. It was still nothing. Well, I suppose there's one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out.
Get me out of
Goodbye,
here.
Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with
You
the
know,
hole.
it would be
I get to
easier
do
if you
literally
just made it
anything
a
else.
jumping circle.
Take care, Stanley.
They seem to
I
be
hope
pointless.
you and the
Yes.
hole have a wonderful
Oh, well.
eternity together.
Yeah, bye. Ale. Oh well. Every pause button is a Roman numeral 2. Huh. Never thought about it. Just the two of us. Oh yeah, we can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Building castles in the sky. Just the two of us. You and I. Meeting at 2 p.m. What's going on? And I said, hey, 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 hey. I said, hey, what's going on? Well, guess I'm gonna be stuck in the hole again. Well, it's the first time I'm stuck in the hole, but, you know, the skip button and stuff. Oh, boy. Change your perspective. Ooh. Hey, there's even the bucket. Ooh. Wow. I look amazing. Well, Stanley does. I'm just here playing the game. Although I look amazing myself as well, but yeah, change your perception. Bam, bam, bam. Another one bites the dust. Bam, bam, bam. Another one bites the dust. And another one goes, and another one goes. Another one bites the dust. Ooh, bam, bam, bam. Another one bites the dust. And another one goes, and another one goes, and another one bites the dust. Ooh, another one goes, another one goes, another one bites the dust. Another one goes, another one goes, another one goes to the dust. Oh, look at me, another one bites the dust. Oh, bam. Bam, bam, bam. Another one bites the dust. Bam, bam, bam. Another one bites the dust. Bam, bam, bam. Another one bites the dust. Bam. Wait, did I just become a transformer? Look at me, I am all metal. I think I'm upside down right now. I don't know, it just happened somehow. Well, oh, now I'm a weird 3D figurine kind of thing. Oh well. I am Claymation! Bam, bam, bam. I am another cartoon. Bam, bam, bam.
Stanley?
I'm now a comic
Stanley?
book. Bam,
Stanley?
bam, bam.
Oh, good, you're
Hey.
awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we
It was a
can't
great
have that,
dream, though.
Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how
Yeah.
about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole?
I
From the
hate
looks
you.
of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
I miss Pip. She's cool. Well, time for a second round. Or I'm just going to be sent back. Hey. Oh, I'm still at the
Go
presentation.
on, try out some of the new features.
I think I did everything now. I don't see anything new. So, well, I'll be out of here. Bam, bam, bam. Another one bites the dust. Bam, bam, bam. Another one bites the dust. And another one goes, and another one goes.
All
Another
right.
one bites
Have
the
you seen
dust.
everything you wanted to? Ready to move
Yep.
on now?
Yep. Bam, bam, bam. Another one bites the dust. Pow, pow, pow. Another one
So,
bites the
Stanley,
dust.
what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange
Okay.
these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is.
Yep, I'm ready.
I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Ooh, awesome. Wait, what's this? It looks silly.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on.
Maybe?
Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes. Yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
It
Who
looks
am I
better
kidding,
than
Stanley?
what you came up last
This isn't
time,
a
but
coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much
Yeah.
enjoy creating
Not gonna
gags,
work.
but they don't add up to anything.
also had the
I
two
wanted more
achievements.
than anything to create
Yeah.
a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply,
Ooh.
insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it
Okay.
possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see
Ooh.
if I can whip something up. All right,
Okay.
perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Well, and this is the end of this part. And in the next part, we're going to play the Stanley Parable 2. So, yeah. Have a great day.